Hello. So now we are doing the August month of current affairs of 2023. So let us start. The first important news is World Coffee Conference. So where was it held? It was held in Bangalore. So this becomes more important to us. So this is the fifth edition of the World Coffee Conference, and it is first time held in India. In India, this conference is organized by the Coffee Board of India and the Ministry of Commerce along with Government of Karnataka. So when was this first time held? It was actually held in London in the year 2001. And what is the theme of this year? The theme of the World Coffee Conference this year is sustainable through circular economy and regenerative agriculture. So just remember circular economy and regenerative agriculture. You can make a guess based on this one. Then we also had a mascot for this WCC 2023, that was Coffee Swami. And uh, just to know about basic things about the World Coffee Conference, it was established here in the year 1963, and it is an organized under the aegis of the United Nations on 1963, and it is the only intergovernmental organization of coffee that represents around the 93% of the world coffee production. And we have to know about the Coffee Board of India also. So this is a pre-constitutional body, means this was there before the independence also and before the constitution. So this is was established by an act of an parliament in the year 1942, and it comes under Ministry of Commerce, and its headquarters is also in Bangalore. Why is this all things organized in Bangalore only? Mainly because Karnataka is the top coffee producer of the country. Next one is Kerala. So first is Karnataka, then is Kerala, and the ambassador for this event was the tennis player Rohan Bopanna. Sustainable Mobility Accords program. So this is a program by BMTC along with the Directorate of Urban Land Transport. The main aim of this program is to introduce what we can say is the last mile connectivity via sustainable means. So this campaign is also called as Cycle Day 2.0, where they are promoting use of cycles for the last mile connectivity. So this is implemented by Karnataka Non-Motorized Transport Agency, and they have asked to take the services like walking, cycle, and public transport for the last mile connectivity after the metro generally. And it was conceptualized in the year 2020, and it is now being implemented. And BMTC and the DULT, that is Directorate, are providing this program. Then we have Jal Dost Mark II. So this is by CSIR Laboratory, and this is an upgraded version of a weed clearing airbot, and this has been developed based on the request given by the BBMP. And we have also given a request for Q-plane, that is lightweight all electric UAV that had takeoff and landing capacities. Then we have organ donations in Karnataka in news. So according to the National Organ Tissue Transplant Organization data, Karnataka ranks third in terms of number of diseased organ donors and disease donor transplant. So Karnataka State Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization is a nodal agency that facilitates these organ donations, and we have an program for the organ donation also, that is Geo Sarthakate. This is an implementation organ that mainly sees the implementation of the Transplantation of the Human Organ Act of 1994. It mainly educates the people and public on organ donation. So it obviously will be falling under the Ministry of Health and all. And it also basically this everything is to streamline the organ donation process and all. Then we have Kalike Chetarike Learning Recovery Program. So this was a program that was actually launched after the COVID. means it was launched in the year 2023. This mainly wanted to arrest the learning losses that had happened because of the COVID-19 pandemic as the schools were closed. So it was basically a learning recovery program for school children, and it did not focus that much on completion of the syllabus and all. They wanted the students to learn the basic nuances of that standard. But there was a recent survey, like the survey of Karnataka School Quality Assessment and Accreditation Council, along with the Karnataka State Examination and Assessment Board, had conducted a survey where they found that this program did not perform well. So that's the basic thing we have to know about is the Kalike Chetarike program. Then we have KMF is in news. So as per the reports of the Brand Footprint 2023 India, the Karnataka Milk Federation, that is KMF, is the sixth most chosen FMGC brand in India. So, what is FMGC? Basically, these are the companies related to food and all, and it expands to fast moving consumer goods FMGC. And this is the only brand apart from Amul that is related to dairy in the top 10. Who is the number one like FMGC company? That is Parle, for that Parle biscuit. And basic things about KMF. It was established in the year 1974, just reverse our Independence Day, no? 1947, 1974. You will get for KMF, and it's under Ministry of Cooperation of Government of Karnataka, and its headquarters is in Bangalore. But initially, this did not start at Bangalore. This started in Kodagu, Kudgi, some places there. There it had started actually. Then we have Amrita Bharata Station scheme. So this is the scheme which Narendra Modi ji had launched. It mainly aimed to upgrade the around 500 railways in the country. So what is the basic aim of this? The basic aim of this is to make railway centers as the central hub of the city. Means railway center should not only be for the passengers who want to travel, but it should also be act as a central place of the city. Means there has to be plaza, there has to be shops, there have to be activity in it, so that like railway station is not only just for traveling but it is for all people. So this is an idea of Prime Minister Modi, and this is being implemented by Ministry of Railways. In Karnataka also around 13 stations have been chosen to be developed under Amrit Bharat station. As the number is high, 13, so it is difficult to remember all those 13 stations. So to eliminate based on the given options, we will remember which are not part of this. So Bangalore is not part of this, and then after Bangalore, Mysore is not part of this. Then Hubli, Dharwad, Belgaum are not part of this, but Mangalore is part of it. So just for the sake, I will just read out the stations that are there: Ballari, Ghataprabha, Gokak, Gadag, Koppal, Harihara, Arsikere, Mangaluru, Wadi, and Kalburgi. Vidhan Saudha was also in news because I think in center there was some random people who went into the parliament and they created nuisance na. So like to increase the security of the Vidhan Saudha also, the surveillance program and the minister monitoring system has been deployed, and this is being headed by the Bangalore City Police Commissionerate himself. So just to know about some basic things about this Vidhan Saudha, who laid the foundation stone for this? This was by the Jawaharlal Nehru. And who was its architect? Its architect is Kengal Hanumantayya, and it has a replica in Vikasa Saudha and Suvarna Saudha of Belgaum. Then we have Antara injections. So health department has introduced this concept of implants. Means these are physical implants or the injections like which are basically given in the four districts like Bangalore, Mysore, Bidar, and Yadagiri. They are basically contraceptives. Just know that Antara, something seen in news, is related to contraception. And who is going to administer them? Asha workers. Then WISP, that is Vishwaraya Iron Steel Plant, is also in news. Why is this in news? Because this has been recently reopened. So we have to know its location. It is in Shumoga district, that is in Bhadravati. And to know about the basics of the Vishwesvaraya Iron Steel Plant, it was actually opened in the year 1918 by Nalvadi Krishna Raja Wadeyar and Diwan Sir M. Vishwesvaraya. It's a public sector undertaking and it falls under the Steel Authority of India Limited currently. Then we have Mission Indradhanush 5.0. So this has been launched, or this has been started from which location? This is important. This has been launched from Dharwad. So basic things about a ministry of Mission Indradhanush is it's for the Ministry of Health, and it was launched in the year 2014, and it covers mainly the children who are unvaccinated or partial vaccinated or have missed the vaccination against preventable diseases. And which vaccines are there? We have diphtheria, polio, TB, hepatitis B, pneumonia, rota, MMR, that is measles and rubella, Japanese encephalitis, diarrhea, influenza, and meningitis. So here in the option, what they try is they give hepatitis A or hepatitis C. So we have to know clearly hepatitis B is there, and Japanese encephalitis also is there. And then we had, after 2014, we had intensified mission Indradhanush. Like it was for every child below the age of 2 and for the pregnant women. Initially, when it was launched as a mission Indradhanush only, it was for below 5 years, and now it is going more specific. It is below 2 years also, and it has a greater focus on urban areas. So in Indradhanush, Indradhanush 2, that was focused in Indradhanush 3. uh, it was targeted mainly for those children and mothers who had missed it during COVID-19, and currently Indradhanush 5 is running. As per next is elephant population. As per Karnataka State Forest Department latest elephant census report, Karnataka ranks number one in South India with an elephant population of 6,395. So this number is very important, because last time also they had asked what is the number of tigers in Karnataka. So this time they might ask elephant. The number is 6,395 elephants are there in Karnataka, and it is the number one ranked in South India. And how was this known? This was known based on the survey conducted by the combined state of the southern states, and it was helped by Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And in Karnataka, the number has actually increased, and in Tamil Nadu also, but in Kerala, the number has decreased. The estimated mean jumbo count, that is elephant count in Karnataka, like in only in Bandipur, more than 1,000 elephants are there, and it is followed by Nagarhole. Means Bandipur has more than what we can call Nagarhole. And what is the elephant density of Karnataka? That is 0.34, and only two divisions, namely Tumkur and Bangalore rural, do not have any elephants. Other have it, and 80% of the elephants are there in protected area. That also we should know. Recently, there was an amendment in the factory bill, so that has also come in the news. So, Factories Amendment Bill of 2003. It mainly seeks to amend the Factories Act of 1948 and its application in Karnataka. It is basically for the working condition of the factory workers over overtime, night shift, etc. and all. So it mainly aims to increase the daily working hours to 12 hours, and but it does not alter the weekly time hour limit, that is 48 hours. Only working hours have been increased to 12 hours, and the interval may be rest, or the rest period can go for 6 hours, and there will be wage for the overtime, and a restriction on working hours for women will not be compulsory for women workers to provide a written consent for working in the night shift. And when the women are working in the night shift, at least one third of the supervisors in the night should be women. Then we have GI tagged crops. Some GI tag we have crops are there in news, because GI tag crops, they are now getting to be planted more, and it is being intermixed with MG Narega scheme. So, horticulture department will provide the subsidies and educate the farmers on how to cultivate these GI crops and all. And the manpower is going to be for this cultivation on all will be used for the MG Narega. So, which are those crops which are going to be get subsidy and the support from the MG Narega? It is Devanahalli Pomilo. Pomilo means basically chakotta, or you might know chiku fruit, that one, and that is from Bangalore rural district. Nanjanagudu Rasabale, that's from Mysore district and Chamarajnagar. Then we have Mattu Gulla or Mattu Brinjal, that is from Udupi. Then we have Lalbagh Flower Show. So this is held in Lalbagh twice an year in Bangalore. Generally, it is held once during August 15th and next is on Jan 26th. So it's a biannual show. So this was actually started way back. It was started, I think, around 19. When was it started? It was started in the year 1867, and it was started in the year 1867. And this year, like, whom does the theme revolve around, or to whom the tribute is giving in this Lalbagh flower show is Kengal Hanumantarai. Then we have to also know about the glass house where this is being held. So this glass house was created by a person called as John Cameron, who was the superintendent of Lalbagh in the year 1874. He had established this, and this is inspired by the Crystal Palace of London. Then we have 3D printed office. So Bangalore has get the first 3D printed post office, and it is being printed by Larson and Turbo and IIT Madras to provide the technical guidance. It was actually constructed in the at a time of 45 days, and it used the technology called as 3D concrete printing. So some other projects also we will know that were similar to this. First 3D printed house. This was in Chennai. First 3D printed Hindu temple was in Telangana. Then we have Zero Shadow Day in news. So Bangalore has recently witnessed a Zero Shadow Day. So Bangalore has recently witnessed a Zero Shadow Day. So what's the significance of this? On this day, there will be no shadow observed at a certain point of time. Generally, what is the time? It is observed generally at 12:17. And what's the date on which the Zero Shadow Day are observed? It is observed twice a year actually. First time it will be observed in 25th April, and then next it will be observed on 18th August. So from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn, that's 23.5 to north to 23.5 south. This Zero Shadow Day will be observed. Then we have Mylar cult in news. So some two ancient sculptures were discovered in the coastal region. So this Mylar cult is in news. So some basic things about Mylar cult. So this is an spiritual phenomena that is mainly seen in the coastal parts of the Karnataka. And Mylar cult. So this is a reincarnation, or we can call a folk deity that is associated with the form of Lord Shiva. And in the Maharashtra, he is also referred as Kandoba, and they have a popular variety of dance called as Korava dance. Not Korava, sorry, Gorava dance is related to this Mylar cult. And the two sculptures have been discussed in it. And here we have to know one location that is very important is the Basurur region. So this is also in Udupi. So this is about Mylar cult. And one more important fact about this Basurur region is the Moroccan traveler Ibn Battuta had traveled through this city, and he called this city as Barcelona. It is Barcelona. Then we have Karnataka State Energy Efficiency Action Plan. So this report has been brought by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency in association with the Karnataka Renewable Energy Development Limited, that is CREDL. So this has mainly ranked the Karnataka's energy consumption. So we have to remember this order, and these orders become very important. Try to recall them. First, we have industries, then followed by transport, residential building, commercial building, agriculture, and other large municipals. So industry, obviously it will be first because of its size. Then we have transport sector, also will be more energy consuming. Then between residential building and commercial building, we know that residential building are larger in number than commercial buildings, so obviously this will be consuming more power. Then the last is agriculture, and agriculture only we have electrical pumps and all, so that will be last. And about Karnataka Energy Efficiency Action Plan, like Karnataka, it has been ranked as the first in the energy conservation. Then now we'll go to next news. Kerala. Kerala has passed an unanimous resolution to rename its state as Kerala. So why it wants to get its name as Kerala? Because in Ashoka Edict 2, Rock Edict 2, there was a mention of Kerala as the Kerala Putras or the son of Kerala, and it is also has a mention of Cheras. So the process, I think we know from the Article 3, it is going to be done. There has to be a resolution from the state government. Then it is going to be verified by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Then it will be kept in the Parliament. And if the resolution gets passed, the name of the state gets changed, and that too without any Constitutional Amendment Act. Then we have some news related to Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill of 2023. Parliament has passed the Mines and Minerals Regulation Bill, and it aims to attract the private sector investment. Especially, like private sector is now being allowed in the 6 out of 12 atomic minerals. So they are not allowing yet in the uranium, thorium, and all, but some 6 minerals it is allowing, which are those: lithium, beryllium, nibonium, titanium, tantalum, and zirconium. So we have to also know what are critical minerals also. These are essential for the economic development and for the national security. For example, cobalt, copper, dysprosium, electric steel, and fluorine. And central government has the sole exclusive right to auction these minerals. And the state government is going to receive the auction premium to just taking the powers of it to the to what auction. Okay. And then the single exploration license is valid up to area of 1000 square kilometer. We should also know about National Manuscript Mission of 2023. So basically from the name only it is clear it mainly basically aims to conserve the manuscripts. So India has around 1 million manuscripts and all, and 75% of the existing manuscript are in Sanskrit, while the 25% are in the regional languages. So there is also a proposal for the establishment of the National Manuscript Authority with the cultural minister as the chairperson for it, and also having the power of civil court. I don't know why they want the power of civil court. Then we have to know about the national. Then we have to also know the National Mission on Manuscripts, which is by Ministry of Culture, which is initiated by the Ministry of Tourism also, and with the motto of conserving the past for the future. One important manuscript that we have to remember is Bakshali. Bakshali is an ancient mathematical manuscript that on which is written on the birch, and it has an example or the use of the word zero was seen here. That is Bakshali manuscript mathematics zero. Just remember that much. Then we have Digital India program. This has further been extended for the next 5 years. We all know that the Digital Locker, Umang app, we all know about this. So we know we'll revise about some which we don't know. Bhashini. It is an AI enabled multi-language translation tool which extend to cross over 22 schedules and 8 languages. Then we also have the modernization of the National Knowledge Network, which mainly aims to link around 1,000 educational institutions. Vishwas Se Vivad Bill. So this is a contractual dispute bill where if the government or any government undertaking is involved in any kind of dispute, especially for a contractual dispute, so then before April 2023 it has to be resolved. Like they are offering around 85% and 65% of the money if it gets resolved. So it is being headed by Ministry of Finance. That's the basic thing we have to know. Then PM Jan Dhan Yojana, it has costed around 50 crore with a total deposit exceeding 2 lakh crore, and in these 9 years. And mm, so one interesting fact about this PM Jan Dhan Yojana is like 56% of the account holders are women, and 67% of the account are in rural areas and semi-urban areas. So when was the scheme launched? It was launched in the year 2014, and it had a motto of Mera Khata Bhagya Vidata by Ministry of Finance. And the overdraft limit for this is around 10,000 rupees, and it is not given for everyone. It is given only for some eligible accounts. Then we have PM E-Bus Seva scheme. So Union Cabinet has approved this PM E-Bus Seva scheme. So it is going to be run via PPP model and for the timeline of 10 years. Here the state government has a role of running the bus, making the payments to the bus operator and all, while the central government acts as an subsidy provider. And it is mainly given to those cities where the population is greater than 3 lakhs. Then we have PM Vishwakarma scheme. So this is clearly related to traditional artisans. So this has a time period of 2023 to 2028 for 5 years. So this mainly aims to nurture the Guru Shishya Parampara, or the age-old tradition of imparting the skills in the family. So the artisans and the craftsmen engaged in these manual trades will be rewarded by credit via credits. So around 18 traditional trades have been identified under this PM Vishwakarma Yojana, and a credit of 3 lakh rupees is given. So the one first credit of 1 lakh tranche is given first time, and then we have 2 lakh is given. And the interest rate for this is around 5%, and if they attend training, around 500 rupees per training has been awarded, and the total fund or the money that has been given to acquire the tools is around 15,000 rupees. Then we have global initiative on digital health. India and WHO has launched this one as a part of G20 summit in Gandhinagar. This is the only important here. Just remember where it was launched. It was launched in Gandhinagar. And from the name only, it is clear now what it's going to do. It is basically a collaboration between the India and the WHO, especially to raise the awareness on the vaccination and all, and on that too on digital platform. Then we have Bharat NCAP, that is new car assessment program. This has been launched, and who has launched this? This has been launched by Ministry of Road Transport. Why was this important? This was important because India was the world's sixth largest car manufacturer. Yet India, being in the top 10 car markets of the world, it did not have a testing program of its own. It was generally dependent on the global NCAP or the Asian NCAP. So now India is also getting its NCAP program, that is Bharat NCAP. So it has been derived inspiration, or we can say copied from UK, and it wants to UK based NGO, that is Towards Zero Foundation, means zero accident, which will never happen. What is Bharat NCAP? Basically, here it's an indigenous rating system of car crash system, and car volunteers have to be nominate their automobile manufacturing. Means basically, car manufacturers have to go there. Means it is not compulsory; they have to go voluntary and all. And what is the maximum capacity till which it is going to measure? 8 seats, 3,500 kgs, and EVs also are also considered. So this has to be remembered. EVs and CNGs are also considered. Next we have Project Amber. So Project Amber, this is a collaboration of Amazon, then National Skill Development Corporation, and Generation India Foundation, that is GIF. So when Amazon is involved, we can clearly know that some kind of training is given. What training is given? They are going to be provided with the cloud skills. So around 1500 learners will be selected, and they will be trained in the cloud cloud computing and all. And after they are getting trained, then under Sankalp program, which is also supported by World Bank, they are going to get the jobs in the cloud. So this is basically Project Amber. And when was this Project Sankalp launched? Actually in 2018, along with World Bank assistance. Then we have PM Usha, that is Pradhan Mantri Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan. This is not a new scheme actually, they have just renamed the old scheme. The old scheme which we know, na, Rashtriya Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan, that scheme has been relaunched into Pradhan Mantri Usha scheme, that is Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan in 2023. It's basically a central sponsored scheme generally for the higher education institution, where the funding is 60 to 40. Then we'll have now history news. That is, I think, less is there. We'll finish it off today. Then we have Kuttikam Palace is in news. Why is this in news? Because this will be declared as a historical monument. This is a 130-year-old historical monument, and only location is important. Where is it? It is in Kerala, Travancore. And recently, megalithic hat stones were seen. Where were they seen? They were seen in Kerala. Then Nataraja sculpture was also in news. Why? Because the 28-foot Nataraja statue was placed at the venue of the G20 summit in Delhi. From where did they bring this Nataraja statue? They got it from the Swami Malai town of Tamil Nadu, where the bronze sculpture was created. They used the same technique which was used earlier, that is lost wax technique, and it is made up of 8 metals, that is Ashtadhatu, and it is the world's tallest Nataraja statue of height 28 feet. So some basic things about Nataraja here is it is also called as Adlavalan, and it is depicting the Hindu god Lord Shiva as a cosmic dancer, and he is dancing in the Tandava mode, and Abhaya Mudra is being displayed by him, means being fearless. And one peculiar thing you have to know is the eye, that's third eye, it is slightly open, which mainly symbolizes the inner eye or a symbol of knowledge. Then we have Sitala Kali folk art. From the name only, we can clearly derive it as Sita plus Kali, something associated with Ramayana. So this is a dance which is generally performed in Kerala, especially during the Onam season, which mainly tells the story of exile, from exile to forest and do descendant into earth of Mata Sita. So that's it for today. We'll see next tomorrow. Thank you.